Did you guys hear about the big earthquake, dude? Did you guys hear about it? There's a massive earthquake in like Asia.
A massive 7.7 magnitude earthquake hit Myanmar.
Huge.
It also impacted parts of Thailand and China.
Dude, if that would be the worst fucking position to be in. Dude, can you imagine being in that pool when this happened? What else do you do? Shai, what else do you do? What can you do? What can you do at that point? Can you imagine being up there, dude? And then, dude.
It appears that several of these rooftop pools began pouring gallons of water off the side, but some of this footage shows swimmers and even crane workers falling off the buildings. Well, I can't show this either,
God.
But in China, people on the ground level were getting swept away by the falling water. Then a building under construction collapsed.
Yeah, it was crazy, guys. It was crazy. Yeah, this was a big earthquake. This was a big earthquake, and it hit a place that's probably not structurally, they're probably not structurally prepared for it, a lot of the buildings, right? Like, you think about, like, if, you know, when an earthquake like that big happens in Japan, all of the buildings are reinforced. Like, they're fucking ready. They're ready for, like, the new earthquake, right? Whereas I'm sure a lot of the buildings here are not, actually.
And hundreds more collapsed across several countries.
Dude, there's people in that building. That's not an empty building. There are people living in there. There's probably a dude in there right now fucking playing League of Legends right now.
And hundreds more collapsed across several countries, as there were several large tremors and aftershocks around this once-in-a-lifetime earthquake. So buildings are down with people still inside. Bridges are down.
Man, there's like a level of damage, it's crazy.
As massive crevices crack open the streets.
Look at
leaving
that.
the citizens stranded inside the cities. With the Daily Mail reporting, this is the most powerful earthquake to hit Thailand in 200 years, as the earthquake was at 1:20 p.m. local time, felt in Myanmar, Thailand, India, and China, with 100 confirmed deaths so far, but could possibly be in the tens of thousands.
Yeah, there's no way.
Or injured or missing.
There's no way it's only 100. There's no fucking way. This is going to be easily in the 5 digits of deaths. Yeah, at least.
The damage being massive, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, pledges our assistance.
We need a very serious earthquake in Burma, Myanmar.
See, this is guys, this is a disaster I can get behind. This is a time I can get behind where, like, man, like, they just got absolutely fucked, and, like, you know, we should probably, like, help out with some humanitarian aid. The entire world, not just the United States, but I think the entire world can, like, maybe, you know, kind of get together and, like, give a little bit, right? Because this is like, this fucking came out of nowhere, and it's you know, we can be a little bit kind, a little bit sympathetic towards people that have, like, this shit happen, like, fucking out of nowhere. Yeah, an act of God event. Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of conservatives actually would be on board with it. You know, even though we have our own problems as well, like, you know, we have our own problems as a country, but I think a lot of people in their hearts can find it to be like, you know, let's be sympathetic towards these people because they got fucking destroyed. It's a completely different thing from, like, other conflicts that are, like, ongoing, right?
Up to several hundred.
The reason why it's different is because this is, again, like what was said by Circumzenthal in chat, is an act of God event. It's just force of nature. What do you do about it? This isn't like a geopolitical thing. This isn't a. I mean, I guess you could maybe say that there might be some mismanagement involved, but I mean, like, it's, you don't expect this kind of level of an event to occur, right? Again, it hasn't happened in 200 years. Think about that. 200 years. That's a crazy long time. Like, think about the technology difference from 200 years ago. That was the last time that something like this happened.
Killed. The military regime there has asked for help from anybody.
Yeah, we're going to be helping. We've already alerted the people. Yeah, it's terrible what's happened. It's helping. We've already spoken with the country.
And with tragedies like this, it's always important to think.
Yeah, exactly. What Naga Tamen says, I think Americans are happy to help in an emergency. We just don't want to be helping this emergency 10 years from now. Yeah, exactly.
About preparedness in your own home, workplace, and school. As with natural disasters.
You should be, but I mean, you know, not everybody can do that. Not everyone has the technology. Right? Like, Japan is used to this because Japan gets freaking smashed by these kind of earthquakes all the time. Right? I mean, it's only a matter of time before something happens in the United States, and it does happen, right? It has happened. Like hurricanes have hit pretty hard before in the United States, and it's only a matter of time before another earthquake happens in the United States, or maybe like a volcano blows up or something, right? It's only a matter of time before it happens again.
You never know if you'll suddenly be stuck somewhere for days, and it's easy to find ourselves unprepared, even down to what to do during a disaster. We saw those train passengers basically freeze in place when they could have at least tried to duck and cover. Those guys inside those rooftop swimming pools were just riding it out, completely unaware that other swimmers were getting sucked out the sides. And outside those buildings,
honestly though, like to be real, like what can you do? So like you're this dude, right?
Those guys inside those
on the corner. What can you do? Your best bet is to just hold on. You have a railing here, and you have two things to hold on, 2 points of contact to hold on to. What do? If you move this way, you have less points of contact. If you move this way, you have an even higher chance of getting swept out. So it's like you kind of just have to like brace and just pray. If you're like at the edge, maybe you can get out, but like not from that position.
Top swimming pools were just riding it out, completely unaware that other swimmers were getting sucked out the sides. And outside those buildings, people forget the minimum safe distance from a damaged structure is twice the height of it. I mean, we could go over emergency preparedness for hours, but the point is, the first time you think about this shouldn't be as the incident is occurring. So
That's
hopefully
true.
Everywhere you spend time, you're properly stocked up on water and supplies. And as far as recovery efforts go, I'm glad
I have so much water and supplies and like extra food just in case something happens. I probably should get more, honestly. Honestly, I need more ammo. I need more ammo too.
America wants to step in and help, especially since we have an administration
always get more.
that is carefully auditing how our money is spent, as too many times evil people utilize disasters as an opportunity to receive massive amounts of money, just knowing most people will forget to check how it's spent. But that's it for today.
Yep, as long as we're sure that it's being spent wisely, I think people can get behind it. As long as we know that it's going in a way that's not going to be corrupt, it's not going to go into the hands of people that don't need it.
I'm not going to plug anything, just hopefully the death toll is as low as possible, that people can recover.
Buckets of food and boxes of MREs and boxes of freeze-dried food. So there's there's a stack basically where like, so you get fresh first, freezer next, canned next, and then you have MREs and then dry. Well, depending on the expiration date of the MREs and the dry stuff, but yeah, and then last freeze dried, because freeze dried lasts the longest. Freeze dried stuff lasts like 35 years or something like that. So like freeze dried is like while freeze dried is the most expensive, it's also the most shelf stable. So freeze dried is the best for long-term storage. If like you're like, I just need to stockpile up, you just buy a little bit of freeze dried, like number 10 cans, you just buy a bunch of them basically. And then you have that, you can pop that open like when you need it, but it's also the most expensive. Dried is like relatively cheap. Canned is more expensive than dried. Dried is relatively cheap, but it's also like not the best. Like it doesn't taste as good. Get more food. Starlink on the generator. I have two Starlinks. We got a couple of dried stuff. We have like buckets of dried food, like potato soup and stuff like that. How do we store emergency water? We have bottles. And then if the shit absolutely hits the fan, we have water purifiers, like water filter purifier things. If things get absolutely giga-fucked.
Receiving any assistance they need, and you at home are prepared just in case.
But see, here's the thing though. The amount of food, like in an emergency when shit hits the fan, like let's say that there was a situation where shit got so fucked, like whatever emergency you want to call it, a pandemic, civil unrest, massive, super volcano explosion, I don't know, some kind of crazy like solar burst that fucks everything up, a meteor, nuclear issue, like all of these things that could cause like these like severe things that happen. The amount of food and resources that you have doesn't fucking matter if you don't have any guns, because the first thing that's going to happen, people, when shit hits the fan and people need to feed their families, is they're going to fucking rob you. When their lives are on the line and their kids' lives are on the line, their families' lives are on the line, they don't give a fuck about you. And that's the truth, is like you're going to get fucking destroyed and robbed first because they know you have food, right? So they're going to come to you first. So if you don't have like, a lot of like a good solid like community around you where like your neighbors and like you're friends with them and like you have each other's backs, like in the case that like that happens where you have a skill or something that you can provide to the group that would stop them from robbing you, you need guns, absolutely. because there's no point in all of that prepping if you can't defend it in the end. All guns and no food or prep done. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, you need food. It's a balance, right? You need the guns and the ammo to protect the food, and preferably you've got like dudes around as well. Dudes are just better at combat than women. In a shit hits the fan situation, you need like the strength score that men have. But yeah, you need the guns to defend what you have. Otherwise, they'll just steal it from you. We've got a thread here, a Twitter thread here. Thank you so much, Acorn. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. We've got a thread here on all of the damage. Massive 7.7 quake devastates Mandalay, Myanmar, and impacts Bangkok. Man, look at that. I think that's the constructed building that went down. Man, look at that. Just like houses destroyed. It's going to be really rough for them to rebuild. Yeah, this is the one we saw earlier with the entire thing collapsing. Oh man, look at it. You can see you can see it like kind of like leaning forward and back. Oh, that's so scary. Oh my God. Workers crying for help. I want to be careful because there might be like blood and stuff on there. That's crazy. I mean, I guess we can hear it. Man, dude. Massive ground rupture crack has happened at the Mandalay region. This looks like a freaking anime fight happened here. Holy crap. Dude, man, you really gotta like just run your ass off. Freaking just walking, taking videos. That's wild. Mandalay University's main building collapsed and caught fire. Holy crap. A strong earthquake hits Bangkok, sending a pool of water over the ledge of a nearby building. Oh my God. So like what happened was people that were in the pool, when the earthquake happened, the big waves like hit them and they didn't have like any hold. There were probably people in the middle of the pool, right? Like you're in the very middle of the pool and this happens. And then it rocks back and forth. The wave comes up, sweeps you from under your feet and just throws you over. Yeah. They said that there were people that fell over. There are people that just kind of, that just got swept up by the wave and they fell off the building. Man. That's so crazy. Oh my God. Yeah. Instantly roll that window up. Yeah. You get the fuck out of there. Oh my God. Man, that's so real. Multiple buildings have reportedly collapsed in Taiwan and Hualien, Taiwan. This original video was taken in 2024, unrelated to the earthquake. Okay, unrelated. Thank you, community notes. Here we go. Multiple buildings destroyed. Man, Prime Minister of India offers prayers and well-being for all involved. That's so crazy, man. Well, I hope everyone. I mean, obviously not everyone's gonna be okay, but you know. I guess all we can do is really like just pray for the people that are being affected by this. There are going to be a lot of people that died from this for sure, but that's all we can really do.